how you guys doing? It is RichHomieQuinn here, and I'm going to be talking about sort of how to box fight like a pro. We're going to be going in depth in clicks and sort of how he box fights or whatnot. So I hope you guys are having a great day. So we're going to hop into it. I'm going to have the audio muted since Click sometimes does say some stuff out of pocket. So we're just going to be looking at the pure gameplay for 30 minutes, and then we're going to be going into customs. We're going to try to get 2 full custom games after that, and I'm going to try to implement what Clicks does when it comes to box fighting into the actual game. You guys are having a great day, boys. Alrighty, so we're gonna start this first one. So, who plays on Clicks' box fight? Does anyone box fight here in the chat? So on this map, you can actually look at the down towards the bottom here, and you can actually sneak in a wall right here, and a floor right here. See? Alright, so I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of little tips when it comes to his map specifically, and also just box fighting when it comes to in-game and also box fight maps in general. Alright, so he ends up taking all this control before the wall even goes down. You see how he has these 2 boxes already? So this gives him a lot of, control and a lot of place to move when it comes to the fight versus his opponent who's barely getting out of the first box. So I think he's going against Asian Jeff right here, who's a really good box fighter. Actually, this is annoying. So we're actually going to go ahead and skip ahead right here. So right now he's just box fighting his viewers for wagers, obviously. But I want to go to the one where he's going to be box fighting another box fight pro. So he ends up beating this first guy. I just wanted to go over this sort of start that he gets and shows how OP it is when it comes to a less talent or a less prepared opponent. All right, so here we go. Wait, what are we doing? So we're going to be talking about sort of how to box fight, and I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of small little tips that you guys are going to come out of this lesson becoming more confident and more educated when it comes to box fights. Where's Keith? Hey, it's the Rich Homie right now. Keith will be here soon. He's going to be doing some Valorant content. So again, he goes for this control ahead. I'll sort of show how I get the control. So box fights is going to be, abusing the right-hand side peek. So throughout the whole box fight, he's just going to be doing peanut butter and jelly, some peanut butter, which is basically just these cones that are to the side because they sort of look like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So that's why they're called that. So he's going to be spraying ahead. So when Clicks is playing, there's almost no dead time when it comes to whenever he shoots. There's always something after the shot that he's comboing with. If that's an AR spray or if that's, let's say, like a wall replace. So again, so right here, Clicks ends up getting his wall taken and sprayed pretty hard. And I'm going to show you in game sort of what he does specifically after this game. Quinn, hey, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys that look forward to my lessons every single week. So he's just trying to abuse the right-hand side peek. He's trying to shoot his feet. Bam. You see, he had really good control right there because Clicks knows the distance of sort of what this opponent is going to do. So Clicks ends up getting the wall right here, and he edits it instantly. Instead of going for a shot after the edit, he goes for a cone, right? So sort of like the meta right now is being able to be prepared and do stuff before you shoot. And so that's what Clicks is trying to do. He's trying to expect this player to sort of place a stare. And so when he's caught putting it, trying to place a stare, he can't place a stare because there's a cone below him. And then Clicks is going to be able to get a free shot because that guy's going to have his builds out. So that's the whole thought process of what he does right there. But yeah, after this fight, I'm going to be hopping into box fight map myself, and I'm also going to be sort of showing you some of the basics of what Clicks does and why he's just a really consistent box fighter, right? It's a nasty shot right there. When it comes to box fights, especially on Clicks box fight maps, you spawn with a lot of shotgun shots, so making sure that you pre-fire the normal angles is just something that you're going to gain off of getting free damage. So I'm going to respawn here, and I'm going to sort of show in-game how Clicks sort of takes control early, or how I sort of do it. I don't do it as clean as Clicks because I don't box fight as consistent as Clicks, but I'll show you right here. So he's gonna go up here and then clicks. He gets into this wall and then he sort of looks down in like this bottom area. Oh, I gotta respawn. I choked that one. What is up, Shay? For your controller, how do you reset edit so fast? No scroll wheel. Any tips? So I've watched tons of controller players, and they're really, really good at resetting scroll or resetting walls without it. I think it just comes down to muscle memory. I also think there's back paddles that help a lot when it comes to resets. Is what I see people like Colazzo and AV. I think they both use the back paddles on their controllers to do that. So that's what I recommend. So this is the basics of what Clicks does. He gets this control, right? And then when you try to edit this wall, so when you edit a wall, your max distance is right inside this box right here. So you can only edit this first wall right here inside this box. But if you actually pull out your wall, you can actually get larger distance. So I can actually edit this wall from a way further distance. And so what Clicks does is that he has this control of where he can actually edit this wall because he pulls out his wall preset before he edits. So this is what a lot of casual players do not know. A lot of pro players is that when they're editing walls, they actually have to pull out the structure so they get the larger length of the pull. So again, so I can edit this wall from back all the way from back here versus, you know, if I don't pull out my wall, I only get the distance right here, which doesn't allow me to play behind this wall right here. So this is something that Clicks does, and this is what you might be like, oh, how did like Clicks and them edit their walls from so far away? So you just build that muscle memory of having this far distance, but also, you know, is something that you're gonna get built down to when you sort of go for build fights, is that you're gonna automatically start pulling out that wall. So that's something that you guys should try implementing for yourself. You're a controller player, and I want to have faster edits. Any tips? Just doing edit courses usually helps. Can I shout you out? What's up, FHS? What's my sensitivity? My sensitivity is 8% at 800 DPI for both my X and Y. All right, so we're going to continue to be watching Clicks. Should you switch to PCs? PC is the optimal place to play on, but you know, you could still make money on console. Yo, 1v1. We might do some 1v1s at the end of the stream, but I think we're going to be probably going into some customs, and I want to show you how to implement certain things when it comes to customs. So again, so Clicks ends up getting the control. So another thing that when you're box fighting, what you should be doing is making sure that you have control here, because this player right here would ramp you in this scenario. So Clicks, he places a cone under him, so he allows this player not to ramp him. Do you think right click is a good reset for edits? If you are on mouse and keyboard, you should be using scroll reset. There is almost no disadvantages to using scroll reset. So again, it's just they're just going for these both right hand side peaks. You know, it's really tedious and whatnot. But it's just whoever is the most patient, whoever predicts the most, is always going to be coming out with the more damage onto the other player. Well, scroll reset. So scroll reset is something that you can set up on your mouse where you basically can reset your wall and one scroll wheel down. So what happens right here is that Clicks doesn't hit his shot. He actually ends up hitting the shot first. But Clicks actually, he tries to scroll wheel reset this wall so he can go for the shot, and then right after his shot, he doesn't have any dead time. He instantly tries to go for a reset on this wall so this guy doesn't have a counter shot, but he just misses the reset or isn't fast enough. Much love, Bugatti. Do you recommend edit on release? I do recommend edit on release. I was a really slow editor. I put edit on release on, and it made me faster. It took a little bit to get used to, but it did make me a better player. How to track your opponents? So the best way to track your opponents is actually looking at them through builds, right? Sometimes also predicting where people are going to be peaking is going to be really, really important. So there's another thing that I sort of want to talk on when it comes to sort of how to become a really good box fighter. So when you box fight, you should always have control in your box. And that is mainly having a cone in your box, because with a cone, you allow the person to not being able to ramp you or stuff like that, right? So let's say like you're trying to go for a peek, right, in this box, and you don't have a cone under you. and they just place a ramp, and so now they ramp over you, and now you're sort of in an ugly position where you sort of have to edit out. So what I recommend is always having a cone right here. And what you actually do, this is what a lot of pro players do, is that when they're breaking a wall, and like let's say there is a player inside this box. When they're breaking the wall, they go for both a stair, because it's my wall, it's sort of weird. So they go for both a stair and a wall replay. So they try to get control in this guy's box when it comes to trying to retake with a wall, because even if you don't get the wall, most of the time you can sneak in a stair, because this person's not going to be turbo building, you know, a stair or anything like this. So let's say they're holding the wall right here, and next thing you know, a stair gets onto them. Now they're in an ugly position where they have to maybe break the stair, or they have to edit out, and you can maybe predict and get some, you know, pre-edits or some good piece control on that opponent. Mobile tips, I definitely recommend watching other mobile pro players. You know, it's definitely possible to make money on mobile, it's just more difficult. I play on 160 ping. Any tips? You just gotta take it slower. What does edit on release do? Edit on release. So when I edit this build, right? So I hit my edit key once, I edit it, and then I let go of my mouse, and then it edits. So versus where you have to confirm it twice with your edit bind. This I only have to hit my edit bind once, and then I get to edit it. Nintendo Switch tips, you just gotta watch other Nintendo Switch players, but there's obviously some stuff, game sense, and some stuff that you can go get from this lesson, and you can implement into your thing. Can I get good on 1600 DPI and 16.7 sensitivity? It's definitely pretty high flicks. I would recommend trying to go a little bit lower. You play on a laptop. Tips for aim, usually lower sense, making sure that you have a good ADS sense is really important too. And so again, like I was talking about, so what a lot of people do when they're trying to retake a wall, they place a stair, and they also try to take the wall. So if they don't get the wall, then at least they have a stair in the box, and then sometimes you get both, and then you can just go for a shotgun shot, right? So this is something that Mongrel does a lot too. Another thing that you could do is, getting tapped out, is that you can also go for a cone in the box too, which is also heavily seen, because then if you get a cone in the box, then that person is sort of like in a 50-50. Let's say this player is low, you sort of want to get that cone in the box. Can I get good on 400 DPI and 0.16 sensitivity? 100%. That is a normal sense. If you're on higher ping, take it slow and play to your disadvantages. Exactly, Goofy. You can't expect to take a wall, because when people have high ping, you know, they expect to hold every wall. You shouldn't really be doing that. You should expect your wall to get taken and then play off of your wall getting taken. Maybe expect the player to go for an edit and then go for a shot or whatnot. You know, you sort of have to think 2 steps, 3 steps ahead if you are in the disadvantage of having higher ping. All right, so we're going to continue watching clicks to sort of see what he does when it comes to the box fights. Called the Mongrel Classic for a reason. You're not wrong. It is called the Mongrel Classic for a reason. How do you play Arena aggressive? So the best way to get good at Arena is actually not playing Arena. The best way to get good at W keying is playing realistics, 1v1s or whatnot, and stuff like that. So we're just going to be continue watching clicks right here. So he's just doing some crazy edits, and it actually ends up getting him in an ugly position. And again, why does Clicks get into this position where he's sort of low on HP? Is because he doesn't have that control in the box. Asian Jeff right here ends up being able to get a cone in Clicks' box, which puts Clicks in an ugly position where he tries to place a stair, and then, you know, Clicks' 1 HP here is going to be really hard for him to clutch up right here. And again, he gets a really nice cone in Clicks' face. So again, being focused on going for you know, cones and stairs before, and walls almost, before going for shots is usually the play in the current meta. How do you get better? Watching ProGuides is a really good step on getting better. Isn't that piece control? It is called piece control. Piece control, if you guys are not too familiar with that term, is just having a lot of pieces on your opponent when it comes to sort of their box control. Let's say you have like a right wall and the back wall on that player, and they may not know. You sort of have some of the box. So what Clicks does there, he actually throws off his opponent by doing a left-hand side peek, which ends up catching Jeff off guard. How to not panic. Putting yourself and practicing in the same scenarios over and over again puts yourself where you're not going to panic because you're going to have confidence because you've been in the situation before. Another thing is that when Clix is trying to retake the other player's wall, notice how we have seen Clix use his pickaxe 0 times. He never has his pickaxe out. Being caught with your pickaxe out in a box fight is one of the biggest issues that you can have. So Clix is either going for a shotgun shot or going for an AR shot to retake a wall. So retaking your wall with an AR versus going up and pickaxing it is always going to be the play. So making sure that you always have a gun out versus your pickaxe, especially in box fights, is going to be the play. How to play passive in arena? Just landing edge zone and rotating late for first and second zone. And then trying to center up third maybe. So again, Clix is trying to make sure that he has this guy boxed up, right? He got his right wall. I think he also has his left wall right here. So right now Clix is just waiting for this guy to do an edit, and then he's going to take advantage and hopefully hit a shot here. How to get inside a player's box? Going for a ramp phase. So we will also point out what Clix does here. So Clix also cones up the left side too. So when Clix is breaking through right here, he hits a pickaxe and he jumps at the same time. So he auto phases himself through the stair. You know, if he would have pickaxed the stair, he could have held it. But instead, Clix pickaxe and then jumps through, which phases him above, and then he just misses his shots. So let's say like this is a good play to do when your opponent is low like this, but he misses a shotgun and only hits him for 1 AR shot. So it's not a bad play to do. Just making sure that you only do that when your opponent's like 1 or 2 shots is going to be the play. Exponential versus linear, what is better? It's preference. You know, there's tons of great pros on both. I'm not a controller player, so I can't help too much when it comes to recommendations like that. But I can just see I can just tell you from what I see. How to put a ramp through someone's wall. So you can. It's not even like a ping thing. Like it's just something that is pretty easy to do. If you just want to go, try to 1v1 a buddy of yours or a friend, and just trying to get when you're trying to replace the wall with a pickaxe, also try to put a ramp in through the box at the same exact time. I try to go for the ramp and then the wall because I think it's more important to go for a ramp because most likely I'm gonna get through. His 90 with side must buttons, okay. I mean, it's not bad. If it works, right, Swift? How to get better gray, green, or blue AR aim? It's just tracking. You know, there's aim maps that you can use on Fortnite, or you can creative. So again, this Jeff over here is just getting a lot of piece control on Clix, and Clix is just sort of relying on his aim to sort of bail him out of these situations where he sort of is getting ran right now. How to get good at close range aim? There's a map where you put yourself into a 1x1 with another opponent, and then you just sort of SMG spray or go for shotgun shots. And you guys both have like 3,000 HP, so you get a lot of practice when it comes to that. How to get to Champs Division? Getting to Champs isn't difficult, it's just tedious. And when I mean that, is that, you know, most of the time the people in your games aren't going to be the craziest like pros. They're just going to be annoying because there's going to be W keying, and they're most likely going to getting killed themselves and also killing you. How to counter aggressive players? So if you're getting aggressed on Dominic, the best thing to do is sort of just build out and making sure that you have a long tunnel that you can play through. Making sure that you build a brick or metal, having a long tunnel, and then if the player continues to WQ, you just got to go for those right-hand side peaks on that player. How do I hit more flicks? Is just sort of practicing. Trio tips, please. We will do some trios once Trios Arena comes out, Nicholas. We also got to see the meta and whatnot. All right. When box fighting skills, yes, box fighting skills 100% help you in game. But obviously it's not too realistic because when it comes to this box fight, you're sort of contained, right? You can't really go for people's top walls or whatnot. But basically the basics of box fighting does help. So Clix does a great job disengaging here. I'm going to be going for some heals. Do I need 2FA to play in tournaments? Yes, you do. ProGuides settings don't suit you. I mean, it is what it is, Briz. You know, ProGuides definitely offers the good recommendations, but just because, again, they're not saying that these are the best settings. These are saying these are the settings that work for most people, right? So they might not work for you, but they might work for other people. So it's just playing to whatever works for you is what you should do as a player. Improve game sense, VOD reviewing yourself and other players to sort of see what they do right and how you can sort of implement it to your own playstyle. And you can also figure out what you do wrong by VOD reviewing yourself. Also, playing scrims help with the game sense. How do you improve aim? Just doing aim courses. How to edit? Edit fast, you mean? All right, so right here, another thing that I just want to talk about is that whenever Clix is playing right now, he doesn't really ever combo his shotgun with his AR, unless if it's a far distance fight. So what Clix does right here is that he shotguns his opponent, and then he goes for a wall place, so he gets control on this player. And so let's see what he's going to be able to do with this wall place. He gets control, goes for an edit, and somehow that shot doesn't hit. Oops. I went back a little bit. Let's go see. Let's go see if we're in the right spot. Oh, we'll continue watching here soon. Unknown is the best Xbox player. Unknown actually switched to mouse and keyboard. So you could tell throughout like this whole like fighting, Clix is getting more warmed up. This is right when Clix started streaming too, so he sort of like wasn't in the position of where he was ready to go against a really good box fighter, which is what he's facing right now. And again, he's doing what I was saying earlier when it comes to going for the retake, and then he pulls out his wall so he gets that further distance, and then goes for the edit afterwards. PS4 Xbox is this preference, brother. How to counter peanut butter edits? You just got to do the peanut butter edits yourself. Best high ground retakes? Sway's retakes are pretty good when it comes to creative. Not too useful in game though. Tips for Switch? Solistic. What I would just recommend is just, you know, you could do some stuff when it comes to game sense. When it comes to mouse and keyboard, but I don't really know Switch settings too much though, brother. You're taking notes right now, David. You're gonna see improvement, brother. Good stuff. 64 wins good. It's definitely not bad. You've won games before. You clutched up. How do you counter storm holders? Taking more storm damage and not going towards the. It's sort of hard to explain. Really nice cone here, and again. So what does Clix have right here? He has really good piece management. Gets in his face. Clix is missing the shots right here. Pumper tack. So I like the gray green blue tack. And then when it comes to legendary, an epic, I like pumps. Thoughts on 90 FPS mobile? Mobile, if you want to get free money, for the most part, is getting an iPad playing 120 FPS on console tournaments. I have a bunch of friends who has done that. They play controller on mobile on the iPad and they get better FPS, and so they usually get they have an advantage on players. How to counter zero ping players? You just can't play like you can hold walls. You just got to expect your wall to get taken. So this is something that Clix likes to do a lot. So Clix abuses, you know, the right-hand side peek on here, but he also abuses the right-hand side peek when it comes to just a window, right? So you don't ever see Clix really in the middle right here or on the left side. Whenever he does his window edit, he always makes sure he plays himself to the left and then uses the right-hand side peek. So making sure that you abuse the right-hand side peek is basically the basics of box fighting. How to play as a 30 FPS PC player? What I would recommend is looking for some better settings, making sure that you're on all those settings to maybe get a little bit more FPS. But low FPS is going to be always really hard and difficult to play good on, but it's not impossible. Should I go pro on PS4? That could be a start. And let's say, you know, you make some money on console cups, and then you switch on over to when you get enough money through console cups, you can buy a PC. Like, that's like the whole grind. How do you improve your mechanics alone? There's a Discord. You can honestly go into ProGuides Discord too and find people to 1v1 on there. ProGuides is a wonderful source when it comes to people trying to get better. And you can find other people that want to 1v1 you. Hey, what's up, Matt? Should I switch to PC? Good idea. I mean, as long as there's FNCS on consoles, I don't think it's worth to switch because you get the same amount of money. Nice, really good box right there. You see how Clix has really good control on his opponent, but he sort of slips on that play. So this player, Jeff, is trying to play aggro on Clix right here. Clix is trying to force face his stare. So Jeff might feel like he can go out to the right here, and look what Clix does. A lot of people in this circumstance, the regular dude would go for a replace on this would go for a shot, but Clix makes sure that he boxes in his opponent before going for a shotgun shot, right? So now he has this opponent in a really awkward position, then he goes for a shot right after the box, and then right after here he sort of just doesn't really hit his shots. He misses and ends up dropping down right here when he had the back wall and stuff like that. But the sort of thought of what Clix did there is what is sort of the meta right now. How to counter 0 ping players, brother? You just got to expect your wall to get taken, man. You can't expect to hold a wall if you don't have 0 ping or if you're going against one. That's online class. That's what I'm talking about, not fake. I see you, brother. Should I play passive in cash cups? That's what I do, and I qualify for every single cash cup I played. Again, if you guys are just tuning in and you guys are like, who's this guy talking? Is he just a coach? I'm a competitive player myself. Oh, yes, let's go. All right. I placed 12th in Solos World Cup. I placed 13th in Duos Grand Finals 2 for NA West. So what Clix does here is that he sees this guy is going for this peanut butter edit. So what he does is that he rotates his stare. So when he places the stare right here, it's going to automatically block the opponent right there, so he can't go for the right-hand side peek. So this is something that Animal and Aspect, players on Sentinels, that are really, really good at, is that they can actually switch to the ramps around, and this is sort of going into really, really expert tier box fighting, is being able to rotate your ramps mid-fight. So this is what Clix does get, and look what he sort of does as the player. He gets him in an awkward position where he's stuck in this box now. And then Clix ends up getting the kill, all based off of that one beautiful play of rotating his stare before he went for it. So this is something that you guys can practice too. You're not qualifying in cash cups, and I'm playing for placement, Venom. Are you winning the games that you play? You got to have an even balance between everything. Best time to die. Best time to storm dip. I don't know what you mean exactly, Victor. What are peanut butter edits? Peanut butter edits are the term for edits that are the triangle edits, basically. So whenever you go for the right-hand side peek, and you try to peek right here, that's basically what is the term now, peanut butter. I think it's Zirene made that. Best controller binds. There's no best controller binds, but what I would recommend is this: if there's a controller player that you look up to, just try to copy some of the stuff that they do. High sense or low sense in building. Usually the higher sense, the better. When it comes to building. When it comes to aim, the lower sense is better because you can be more accurate. Good name, bro. I appreciate it. When Jarvis is banned. Jarvis was one of the best controller players at the time. Why is it called peanut butter? I have no clue. Maybe it looks like a... Does anyone know why it's called peanut butter edit? I have no clue, to be honest with you. I just always call it triangle peak. But it's the more common term, so that's why I'm calling it that. Why would you use a left-hand... So you would use a left-hand side peek to throw off your opponent. If you right-hand side peek 10 times in a row, and if you throw them off with a one left-hand side peek, then it's going to catch your opponent off guard because they're expecting you to do the right-hand side peek. And it also... Throwing it in, even if you don't do damage with the left-hand side peek, that player might think, oh, he could maybe do a left-hand side peek, so he's going to be sort of indecisive of where he wants to put his crosshair placement at. Alrighty, boys. So we're gonna be wrapping this up real quick. So we're probably gonna be doing customs and whatnot. Best keybinds for floor. It's just preference, man. What if a 1v1 is in close range? Just being able to hit your shots. Ooh, see that clean shot? So what does Clicks do there? He sort of throws off this opponent who's trying to break the wall. Again, he caught his opponent with his pickaxe out. So what Clicks does is that he places a ramp right here, and he's playing on the ramp, and then he reverses the ramp, and then goes for a window peek right after the reverse, while this player is going to have his pickaxe out trying to break the wall. So he got a free shot on him, which ended up winning the fight. Is Wolfie's good? Wolfie's is insanely good. Could we do creative? Yeah, so do you guys want to do, what do you guys want to do? You guys want to do customs? Hey, much love, Xarth. I think I'm going to do some customs, and we're going to try 2 custom games, and then after that we might do some zone wars, or we can do some 1v1 box fights. It's up to you guys. Any tips for a Switch player? Yes. Just become a smarter player on Switch. VOD viewing and whatnot. Alright, we'll do some customs. Alright, what region are you guys? Do we have any EU people in here? Do we have any NA East, NA West, Brazil, Oceania, Middle East? How to take walls with controller? So Aiden was one of those players that was really, really good at just taking walls over when it came to wall replacing with this like 1 AR shot. So another fun fact, if you guys did not know, a wood wall takes 5 AR shots. So shooting a wall 4 times, you can always retake it on the 5th shot. So that's just a tip for box fights in general too. Alright, we got some EU. I see some NA East. I see some NOS. Alright. So I think I'm going to be doing NA East, boys. Let's go see what we got here. Oh, I'm on West up here. Let me go switch my region real quick. So I'm an NA West player. So if I play on EU, I'll get 150 ping. And with stream snipers, boys, I would not be able to live. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I love all my people from EU. If you guys do want to show me some love, and if you guys do want some more tips, feel free to send me a DM on Twitter. My Twitter is RichHomieQuinn. I also have my YouTube and Twitch linked down below if you guys do want to talk after. If there's anything that I did miss when it comes to questions wise, let me know. All right, the code is Quinn. NA East Solo Arena, boys. If you guys do want to help out other people, just put in Quinn. There's 2 N's, QUINN, in the chat for people that may need help with the code. Let me also go to here. Might be a black screen right now. We'll see. Alrighty. Alright, code is Quinn. No capital. No capital. Code is Quinn. QUINN. How do you make money if you are not old enough for cash cups, Cryptic? What I would recommend is just maybe just making some YouTube content, Cryptic. You know, you're super young. Maybe growing a following on YouTube. You can maybe get a creator code too, possibly. Can you get a creator code if you're under the age of 13? I think you probably can. That's probably the best way to do it, man. It's a Hydra. How to put code in? So you click on custom matchmaking, which is going to be in the bottom right when you select game mode, or not select game mode, but when you try to queue up for Solo Arena or whatnot. How to survive mid-game consistent. So Andy, what I do is I play in Storm sometimes. I play Edge Zone and I play Edge Storm first and second zone and try to center up third. These are at NA East Vertex. All right, we got 100, boys. We might be able to get 200 next game, but we're going to be starting with 100 for the first game. Code doesn't work, Anxiety. Make sure you're on Solar Arena and NA East. What is age limit for money? Is 13. You got to be 13. Tips for South Africa players. You guys are going to play it on a really high ping, so you just got to sort of just play it slow. But hopefully we get some servers out there for you for Fortnite. The McCreamy Classic, I do not know. I saw you in the last stream. I appreciate you coming back, brother. Can I add you? I currently have like 400 friends on my main account. Is it kill on site? Yes. So there are no rules. The only rules is 1, don't stream snipe, and 2, play for end game. And no teaming. So let's try to win. If you guys do win these games, I will drop you a subscribe or a sub back on your YouTube channel. It's the least I could do for you guys. So that's sort of what the reward is for winning. So if you guys do want to sub, I will drop you guys a sub back. How do you qualify for round 2? Reflex? I usually play placement, and I usually win my games that I play placement on. I'm going to be hiding my screen. You guys might be like, hey, why is there a black screen right now? It is not because your YouTube's broken. It is because I am hiding my screen. Why not? So, if you guys are just tuning in, we sort of talked about box fights and sort of box fight tips. And I'm going to sort of explain some of or try to put some of the box fight tips that we learned into the actual game today. And then put you in game. You might maybe missed out because there's a full 100 right now. Tips for controller mechanics. What do you mean specifically when it comes to controller mechanics? I can't get 2FA. How do I make money? You have to get 2FA. That's the only way to make money. Do you know how to shoot faster with pump? Nope. Is there a secret way? I don't think there's a secret way. You're not good at high ground retakes? Well, just hop in creative and just practice. Crank, 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 crank. Practice makes perfect. How to improve fights off spawn, Omar? So let's say you keep dying off spawn. That means you got to copy whatever that other person's doing to kill you off spawn and implement that into your own game style. You can't see screen? Yes, I'm hiding my screen right now just so I don't get stream sniped. If you guys do want a recommendation for a solo drop for the Cash Cup today, I do have a solo drop spot on my YouTube if you guys do want to check it out. This is my first game on, so I might be a little bit rusty here. Well, we'll see what we could do. Thank you so much, Jaden. Much love, man. JDP, you might be trying to do too much. You know, maybe this setting up this like cause a box fight, because you can force any box fight in game, or you can force any fight into a box fight in game. That's what I do. Stop wasting ammo. I'm not. It's not a waste. Let's go see who this is. Is this? Oh, it's the homie TCT shooter. Look, we got a bunch of stream snappers coming in late. I see you guys. The homie TCT shooter I found off of ProGuides, and see, it's not a waste of ammo because I ended up getting another FAMAS. I didn't reload my gun, so I didn't waste any ammo. You already died. It's all good, brother. Watching the stream, you can maybe learn something. So even if you aren't playing, definitely recommend to stay. Hit that like button. I'm not a team. I'll let the guy live because he wants to play friend game. How to counter better players? You just got to get better yourself. I'm gonna kill this guy if this guy comes towards me. Oh, it's the homie. Is it financial tax or financial tax? That's what I'm talking about. Oops, we're getting shot over here. Nice shots by this guy. Ooh, look at that tracking though. Is Gronky still a pro? I don't know what region Gronky plays of, so I can't really say if he's pro or not. I'm out mad at this opponent just because I got 2 kills off spawn. So I'm sort of going for this high ground right here. I'm looking for a peek, and then I'm gonna place a wall right after I go for a shot. End up getting pumped pretty hard. I have no clue where I'm getting shot at. So now I'm just not in a panic, right? I know that I have minis, and I know that I could beat this opponent. Getting my minis off, and then I'm gonna go for a shot, wall. Go for another shot, a little bit close. I should have just gone for a double shot there with my tack. He ended up pushing towards me. So if this guy does ramp towards me, I'm just gonna go for a heart pin, which is gonna break down his builds. So maybe heart pin him right now. I'm low on builds. That's the only thing that sucks right now. So I'm trying to break this guy down. Let's see if I can get a harpoon on him. I'm trying to get in his face. I got him low. There we go. I started that push with a harpoon, which sort of allowed me to have that sort of surprise factor, because that guy maybe was trying to focus up on healing, and I took advantage of that downtime that he would maybe need to heal up, pop some minis, and that got me a better position on him. I prefer so whatever better color of the gun usually is what I'm going to be picking up. So I like the gray, green, blue tack compared to the gray, green, blue pump. And I like, but I like the purple pump and golden pump. Because if I ever hear that click in a fight, hearing that other person have that type of pump and knowing that I can get one pumped, it makes me play a little bit, safer. Is this Aiden? It is RichHomie Aiden. Let's get it, brother. RichHomie Aiden woke up early for the ProGuides stream. I appreciate it, man. So right here, it's a far zone. So I'm actually going to push myself into storm here just so I can boat around. What I talk about today, Lukey? So I did talk about, the lesson today was about box fights. And I was just sort of giving a little bit of box fights. We sort of also watched, Click's box fight for a little bit, and just I sort of went over some of the things that he does in box fights and why he's so good when it comes to box fights, and a couple of tips and tricks in general. Can you get a message? What do you mean, Hazel? How to win every 50-50? I mean, it's called a 50-50 because it's not 100%. But what I say, in my mind, I say it's not a 50-50 if I'm the better player. When are the live classes? This is a live class right now, David. This ain't pre-recorded. Why am I high ping? So I'm a West Coast player, but since a lot of the people in the ProGuides courses are East or EU, I just switched my ping over to East so more EU players can play. Easiest tunnels? The best tunnels are stair tunnels. Would I eat a surffish at 150? Most of the time, yes. You did the cash cup today? Who played the cash cup for you? Anyone in the chat? This is your first class? Well, welcome, Jake. Hope to see you here more often. How to get better tracking? Usually lower ADS sense. Is 20 ping normal? That is good ping. 15 to 20 ping is good. Anything lower than 15 is insane. And 30 is usually normal. 30 to 40 is. Wow, look at this zone, man. No launch pads is going to be rough. Play the cash cup on 30 FPS? Well, you're a grinder, man. That's difficult, man. Good stuff. I'm trying, though. How to get better at arena? Like I was saying earlier, you don't really have to get better at arena. To become better as a player, you should do PGs, box fights, realistics. How do you stop dying from Bofa? What's Bofa? You think that you're trying to get me with that one, brother? I'm a Twitch streamer, man. I know every joke in the book, okay? You know, I let you think you got me there. I mean, definitely done it. Playing 160 ping, that is difficult, Kenny. If any of you guys are on high ping and you guys want to get lower ping, making sure that you have an Ethernet cord plugged into your device will get you lower ping. An Ethernet cord is a cord that goes from your router directly to your device. How to get better game sense. VOD reviewing yourself, other players playing scrims. Stuff like that. Right now I'm just trying to build as far as zone as possible. This guy's gonna be in that bush trying to beat me. But even if I get shot, it's gonna be worth it. And then I'm not gonna shoot at this guy in front of me, just because if I shoot at this guy, it's gonna cause a fight, right? So the best thing to do is just allow him to rotate. I'm not really teaming because I ain't teaming, but at the same time, I'm not really hurting anyone. And I just do a little shortcut. Feels like I'm playing some Mario Kart. Harpooning some loot real quick. 58 metal, not bad. And again, so right here, you don't gotta shoot at anyone that everyone that you see at. You can just rotate, rotate. Cash cup tips. I recommend playing for placement. This is how I play. Improve shotgun aim. Whenever you shoot your shotgun, make sure you scope in. So I'm gonna try to get to Airplane Island here. I'm gonna wait for a boost, and then I'm gonna go towards the island. If you get caught in this water, you can actually not build in certain areas. So I made it to this island here. There he goes. Good tracking. Gonna play in the water, and I'm gonna harpoon the loot. And there's no reason for me to grab this loot with my bare hands, right? Oh, I think that guy had siphon. So this guy actually needs to rotate. I see him in the water too. Just gotta see the zone's far. It's so hard to shoot people in water. I got a really nice inventory now because that guy. Shout out to the homie for the little delivery. Alright, so I'm gonna keep this harpoon just because it's a water zone. So there are certain zones in certain lobbies that a harpoon is gonna have more use, right? The more players in the lobby, the better a harpoon is gonna be, because that means that's more people that you can harpoon loot for, right? So sort of thinking that way when you're also deciding if you should carry a harpoon or just certain items in general. Should you use mouse and keyboard on console? I tried doing it, and it was really difficult. I don't think it's the move. It is really difficult to use mouse and keyboard on console just because of the delay that's put into the game. This is a stacker, guys. I appreciate you guys playing for endgame. Where does this porta potty teleport me to, man? Do we have any geniuses in the chat? That guy threw a med kit at me just to W key me. I'm so confused. So right now I'm just gonna be expanding. I'm gonna send you to coral, so like right over here. Good comms. Thank you guys. Heavy sniper or minigun? It depends on how much ammo you have for either one. I like the heavy sniper more though for solos. How can I hit flicks better? Is this practice, Chronic? Making sure that you have, you know, a clean mouse pad too. Certain colorblind settings can make it easier to see through Storm. How do you improve in box fights? Just box fighting better players. If you box fight better players, you will get better. Wow, this rotate is difficult. Probably gonna try to launch pad this one. So I have a launch pad for myself. Guy's griefing me, man. I mean, Kimichi, brother. Yeah, it's smart to stream snipe, just to stream snipe, man. So I phased in there without having to go for a stair. So I'm trying to play dead side over here. I'm just following this guy because this guy's gonna also be building for me. Not only is he building for me, he's gonna have some builds that are already built for me. So it's gonna be harder for people to sort of grief me. Alright, so we're gonna get in here with hard mats. Hey Kimichi, if you're watching the stream, brother, don't stream snipe me for next game, man. You don't want to get your blacklisted from chords. Alrighty. Alright, we're chilling, boys. How to beat tryhards? Man, he's got a 50-50 sometimes, man. I think that's the guy that I beamed earlier. Let's see that. Do you need a mic to box fight? No. All you need is Fortnite. SMG or harpoon? Depends on your AR ammo, right? If you have low AR bullets, you might want to pick up SMG over a harpoon. How to not choke, Levy? It's just putting yourself in the same situation over and over again so that you're used to it. This game is a stacker. We got 7 kills, though, which is pretty good. Nice. We got zone. This is a weird zone, but I'll take it. So a lot of people are probably going to die here. So what I'm thinking in my head right now is, oh, I should harpoon loot, harpoon loot, harpoon loot. If I hear someone die, the first thing I should look for is a harpoon. So I'm trying to continue the pressure on this guy because he did get his shields cracked. Now he dropped down in a really ugly position. Again, like I said, first thing I do is harpoon. Now, I don't get all the mats there, but... Oh. And you see, if I would have built to zone, I would have been that person. I would have been the guy that was getting sprayed by even more people. So it's good to... always, especially when you have a harpoon, always use the harpoon. So now, low on harpoon uses, going a little bit deeper into endgame. Drop it. See, every person that's going for this loot is actually putting themselves in a worse position because everyone that is sort of looking towards a loot, oh, I see that loot right there. Yeah, someone's going to go for it. So I also have some extra metal here. And I'm going to expand early with my extra metal. Just so I have more room to sort of rotate to. So there's also 4 more floppers there. I might want to drop my 6 minis just because it's a water zone. So taking storm damage here is going to be really good. So I'm going to try to bait this guy, come towards. Going for instant replace. Don't get the wall because I am higher ping. But the thought process right there was really good. So I was trying to get the guy trapped. I have no launch pad, which really does suck in this zone, but I'm trying to do so much. Thoughts on SA servers? Hopefully they add them. But at the same time, some people don't want them to add because that would mean less prize pool money for other places. So I'm going to be using a launch pad here no matter what. So my thought process is I'm going to be playing in this cone, and I'm going to be looking for a launch pad. I can take storm damage. There's the pad that I'm most likely going to be playing towards. Get a little bit closer. Be rotating a little bit later. Hitting it, bam. Now I'm going to instantly dive. Playing a little bit over here. Coning my bottom floor. Didn't take too much storm damage at all, too. So now what I could do is sort of recycle someone's builds. I have really good builds myself. So you should try to use your wood as soon as possible. Staying ahead of zone here, too. But I don't want to get too ahead because if I get shot down, then I'm going to have nothing to connect to. So allowing other people to expand for me is going to be key here. Also looking for high ground is going to be huge in this zone too, just because it's a water zone. So I'm allowing people to expand before me, and then I'm going to be playing right above them, or even like right next to them. Like right here is free rotate. I can just recycle this guy's builds, blocking my back off every second, looking for a shot below here. No white tag, so I'm keep going. Got coned. Going for double edits right here. A little slow, but it's all good. All right, we're in zone right here. Boxing up with metal. Now I'm going to be looking for sort of an impact. See, I got zone here. I can go for an early rotate if I want. Also, I'm going to spray this guy into the water. Might be able to get an impact right here. 50-50 me. Sort of scary. But going to be trying to play ahead here. Again, I got to be careful rotating early here. I think I'm going to play for high ground just because I have so much heals. I'm going for an early. So that guy's fighting someone else. Going up. No! GG's, girl. Damn, that guy really pushed towards zone to fight me. Damn, I should have protected my head. I didn't expect the guy to push towards me. We got fourth, not bad. This zone was terrible. How can I connect an Ethernet cable to your PC when you're not close to the internet box? So you can ask your parents, Marcus, if they can put wiring through the walls to go for it. I shouldn't have died with that many floppers. I just didn't expect this guy to play that aggressive. I had 3 dudes playing aggressive on me. How to hear things better? You just gotta have good awareness. Sometimes hearing doesn't come down to just hearing the actual person. Sometimes it's actually just being aware and being like, oh, you should expect a guy to be in a certain spot. Oh, died to fall damage. GG, girl. Good GG's. Nice match. Thank you, Ivan. Is it possible to go pro on Switch? It's difficult. Nitron. I don't know any Switch pros. You guys know any Switch pros in the chat? Drop some names if you guys do know. Code? You guys ready for another code? I think we could probably get 200. I believe in us. SOS silence. I see you, brother. Yeah, I need to watch some Nintendo Switch. The only person that I know that plays Nintendo Switch is Ricegum, okay? Alright, queuing up for another one. Alright, code is coming out here in a second. Alrighty. This is a scrim. These are customs. How do you blow up on it? I have no clue, Robin. If you guys are a good Switch player and you guys made YouTube content, you'd 100% blow up. Alright, code is Quinn2. If you guys do want to put the code in the chat to help people out, make sure you guys are on NA East region and also Solo Arena. Quinn2. Let's get it. I do 1v1s on my own stream on Twitch. If you guys do want to go show some love to my YouTube where I have informational videos, go show some love to that. Links in the bio. RichHomieQuinn is the name. And on Twitch. I am partnered on Twitch. So feel free to check me out there. Do routers make a difference? No, but your up and down download speed do, godsend. Quinn2, boys, help people out. Put the code in chat. If you do not gain or lose any points in these games. How to blow up on YouTube? I recommend, growing on other social media, Robin. If you grow on Instagram, then you can promote your YouTube pretty good there. Is it possible to win Cash Cup on 60 hertz and 60 to 70 ping? It is difficult, but you can still probably make money if you're, a good enough player. All right, we're going to go for 2 lobbies here, boys. Let's get it. You got 5th on 150 ping. Let's get it. Reflex. Good stuff, man. Keep it up. Quinn2, boys. Yes, there's tons of mobile players that have gone pro. How do you go pro? I mean, it's sort of difficult. Any zone rules? There's no zone rules. The only rule is to not stream snipe and no teaming. You want Kingslayer? Good stuff. How do you level up an arena fast? Just playing placement. All right, looks like we can't get a second lobby, unfortunately, so we're just going to continue playing with one. Has there been any Xbox Pros? Tons, man, tons. All right, let me start it up. You have to be 13 years old to compete in a competitive event. Easiest way to make money in Fort? There is no easy way to make money in Fort. Other than playing Winter Royale, that was the easiest way to make money. Who's my favorite pro? RichHomieQuinn is my favorite pro. I don't know if you guys know him. But he's pretty good. How do I consistently improve? I VOD review myself and other people. Nah, for real, I talk to so many different pros on a daily basis, man. There's tons of people that I look up to. You're 10? Hey, you're young, man. You're young. You know, if you guys don't think that you guys can blow up when you guys are that young, just look at High Sky. Look at all these other people that are super, super young and they still do well. Alright, if you guys are like, hey, this screen's black, well, I know. I'm hiding my drop spot. I'm going to be landing Snow Mountains again. I just don't want people to know that I'm landing Snow Mountains. How to play low ground in build fights? Is this sort of being able to hit some hard pumps from the low ground. So Lucas, there's no rules other than no stream sniping and no teaming. Should I buy a PC for 300 or build? You will always get more use out of your PC if you build, but that seems like a really cheap PC, William. I'd recommend just saving up. So for a good PC in US dollars, is usually around $1,100 at the moment. So if you guys do want to get a good PC that you can stream and also game on, it's around $1,100. So saving up your money is going to be the play. You're 9 years old? That's what I'm talking about, Slurpee. Is Risky Reels a good landing spot? Yes, it is. It's center map. It's pretty good. How to get better at arena? You just got to get your mechanics up when it comes to box fights or whatnot. Who's my favorite mobile players? Miss God is one of the guys. I 1v1'd a mobile player on my YouTube channel, and he actually almost beat me. Guy's absolutely beast. FFC. Is it Bingo? Name for the fall. I play with mobile players every single day on my stream too on Twitch. There's tons of people in my chat. I'm trying to remember some of the names of the people that I play with. Do you guys know Justin, Fortnite mobile Justin? He's been showing a lot of love towards me too. He's a mobile player. I think he got 17th in FNCS. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, Daniel. Thank you for all the positivity, man. Hope you're staying safe too, man. How many wins do I have? I have probably over like 2,000 wins, 3,000 wins. I mostly play customs though. How much did I spend on my PC? I spent $3,000 on my PC. Tips for solo cups? I play placement spammy. Try not to W key and get tilted as usually play. Follow me on Twitch. I appreciate that, Flash. Much love, man. How to get better? You know, VOD reviewing yourself, practicing on what you need to improve on. How do you use mats during the game? I try to conserve my mats as much as possible, Daniel. I build if I'm gonna get shot at, and like end game, I sort of like to do a lot of stair rotates. On my day's going pretty good so far. I felt sort of out of it when I woke up today, but being able to stream on ProGuides and having you guys in the chat definitely made my day better. So I appreciate you guys watching the stream, man. If you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like, boys. It shows me that you guys like the content that I'm providing, and why not? No VODs on Switch. Then you can watch other pro players' VODs and see what they do well. Try to implement them into your playstyle. Slovace. Alright, of course, we land north. Then go south. We land south. Then goes north. All my graphics are on low. What time for West Coast right now? It is 1:06 p.m. I live in California. Los Angeles, California, boys. Yeah, I see you, Markin. How do you edit with better side buttons? Side mouse buttons? I mean, I had never tried that actually. So I usually edit with I edit with F. I like to have my builds on my side mouse buttons, but it's definitely possible. Love from England, much love. Yeah, I have people who support me from all around the world. I appreciate you guys so much, man. How to make 200 IQ plays? Watching really smart pro players, man. You pick up on good habits that they reproduce. Ireland, let's get it. Is 60 hertz good enough for competitive? Yeah, you can make money with 60 hertz, and then you can upgrade your setup. How much is a promo, Atomic? Don't know what you mean exactly, brother. Oh my goodness, that boat just shredded my builds. I'm trying to bait out a shot right here. Trying to get a nice burst. I'm gonna be knocking him down right here. Oh, I didn't mean to drop. So I'm build fighting right here. I'm just trying to get height, and then I'm gonna be going for shots after I get that height. So I got height right here. You forfeit it. Cracked his shield. One shot. Let's go. End of the fight fast. That's good because it's third party. I got an SMG out. I could probably get it a good 50-50 here. So I have really good floppers right now, so I can take a storm fight just because my flop count is really, really good. So when I'm box fighting again, so I try to get the stair in the box. Going for right hand side peek, don't hit it. Going back, going for top, going for it box, and now I'm going for a cone in his box. He cones me off. Don't know if he did it on purpose. If so, that's a good play. Got cone above him, which got me that free damage. Going for another cone. Don't get it. Got a cone in his box. Gotta be careful of a third party. Going for break with my cone. Leads one shot. Dropping down and pressuring him. Gonna be going for a phase in his box and then a shotgun shot. You can also die to storm surge or storm damage here, which he does. Grappler guy is near though. Gotta be careful of that. Got patted away. Smart player. Fortunately, I didn't get my loot for the kill. He ended up getting the loot, so that means that guy's gonna have way more mats than me. Lander over here has a grappler, so he could sort of storm fight me here. Just because he could just grapple the zone whenever he wants. I also have skies, so I have to be careful of how I rotate. How to get better when you're switching to keyboard from controller? What I would recommend is put yourself on the most difficult settings, because if you know how to play on the most difficult settings to start out with, it's going to be much easier from going to decent settings to going difficult, because you already have that muscle memory from the decent ones. How to be confident? You just gotta prepare yourself. If you prepare yourself for, you know, a box fight or a certain fight, you're gonna be ready. Cone him. For retake, don't get it. Got to ramp over him, kind of box him up, place the wall in front of me. Oops. And third partied. Double burst. Put him down here. Although I'm taking more storm damage here, I'm in a position where I can't really get third partied. Don't know if I could beat this guy in a fight. This is my current mats. Zone is moving too. See if he fights me. If he fights me, then I continue the fight. If not, then I can just rotate. So I'm forced to fight this guy. Cracked his shield. No, he's been taking storm damage. So he's out of the game just like that. So since I only have a blue pump right now, I'm gonna be picking up the Scar, because I like to have a spray, like a good spray weapon with my pump if I ever do have a pump. So I wanted to play the harpoon here instead of the two big pots, just because I know I can keep my raw HP up with fish. How to get better aim? Usually lower sense, and just practicing aim training maps or covaxing if you're mouse and keyboard. Can you get used to new binds in one day? Honestly, one bind you get used to in a day. At least I do. It's just making sure that if you switch your binds, the worst thing to do is to hop into scrims. Don't ever scrim whenever you switch your binds. You should focus on trying to get your mechanics up through you know, PGs and box fights, just so you aren't really frustrated. You lit up for 10 minutes and then you end up dying in a storm fight right here, which is always fun. Nice little stream snipe. So I'm getting ready for this guy to peek over above me. I have so many floppers, so I don't care if he storm fights me here. So I'm just gonna allow him to push towards me. Probably a flopper early. Gonna recycle his builds. Conan in his box. Got him stuck. Got him down. Got his wall. Boxing him in. Got his back wall right here. Got another wall. Got cracked. Spraying it in. Looking for third party. Don't really see where he's at. I can sort of pinch this guy because that guy had the minigun. So got him through the builds. Now I got a golden tack. I wins this fight because I know I'm the better player. Third party's coming in. So I'm going to fake like I'm going to be going for a high gun here. I'm going to drop down and try to go for a breakdown. Really good awareness by myself. Just knowing what it's connected by and where I need to sort of break it down, right? Before I even drop there, I know where I need to break it down at and sort of how, like, let's say like I need to use my AR or if I just need to use my pickaxe. So now I have brute assist because of that. I also, when he was breaking down too, I didn't just allow him to break down. I also comboed it with a shotgun shot, which ended up getting me the combo damage I needed for the kill. I'm so smart. Thank you, Pyro. What is my sense? My sense is 8% at 800 DPI. So I'm just trying to get in zone here. Don't have a launch pad again, which sort of hurt me last game. And gonna hurt me this game too, but it's whatever. So I sort of set myself in a position where I have high ground, and I'm not in a beta position, and I can also refarm the mats that I use to build my base. How do you find your sense? It's gonna be in your game settings. Can I help you, please? How? Let me know. Let me know. Type in the chat, and I got you, brother. Sorry for not reading chat. You know, when I'm getting stream sniped, I sort of have to focus up just so I don't die. Am I streaming the Cash Cup? Yes, I stream every single Cash Cup on my Twitch. If you guys want to show some love to my Twitch, link is down below. What do you mean by bad settings? Like bad binds or sense? What do you mean by bad? I don't know what you mean exactly, FNG. I forgot what I asked or said. And Rich, homie, while I'm up in the chat, I see you. How do you find your sense? Right here, settings. Mouse and keyboard. That's what it is. How does he find himself a good sense to use? You should copy what pro players do, because that's what pro players are good at. So, you know, they do good with something, you might want to do it. Oh, so did I say bad settings? I meant difficult settings. Sorry if I said it that way, FNG. When you switch to mouse and keyboard, you should play on the most difficult settings possible. Whenever you rotate early, you usually always have a free rotation, because that means there's no one in front of you endgame. What are my earnings? I have over $20,000 in Fortnite earnings. I played at TwitchCon for trios 2019, and me, Wheels, and Garwood got $18,000 in the finals. And I played a DreamHack too. I see him, Weaves. What place? I think we got like 20th place. Pumper tack. It really depends on what AR I have. It's really situational. Box or hide. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just playing for endgame. Examples of difficult settings. So examples of difficult settings is having two. So I mean, difficult settings, you know, there's easy settings, and then I feel like having, so whenever, if you're a mouse and keyboard player, having your builds on your mouse is really, really important, in my opinion. And then, because some people, they find it easier to have it on their keyboard, but I feel like to be faster, you gotta have it on your mouse, for the most part. But there is some pro players who still play on F keys, which is the F1, F2, F3, F4, and the stretch is really good. When do I rotate? I usually like to rotate early. Yeah, some chicken nuggets sound good right now. I played it. I didn't qualify for World Cup. I got 12th in solo cup, solo World Cup week 3. 200 points. Yeah. If you guys are like, oh, this guy's trash, he only has 200 arena points. It is actually because this is my alt account where I have customs on. So on my main account, I have like 10k arena points, and I don't really play arena points. Box up or hide? You should always box up, Matthew. What is dead side? I have a YouTube video explaining dead side on my YouTube, brother. Exclamation mark, or actually, it's gonna be in the description. My phone is blowing up right now. On my build binds, so I have my stairs and floor on my mouse, and then C is my cone. Alright, and then I have Q as my wall. What do you guys? Who got the recon expert here, boys? Do you guys like that they re-released it, or do you like it being an OG skin? So right now I'm just looking for holds, right? There we go. Got one kill. The guy didn't get siphoned, so he's gonna be pretty low on raw HP too. Brutus is minigun. I forgot. Oh, I feel dumb now. I forgot that I had Brutus. So right now I don't off. I used to do paid coaching. Right now the only coaching that I offer is here on ProGuides and also on my YouTube channel. A launch pad. That loot worth? Probably not. So I'm gonna be playing on the dead side. Right on over here. Oops. Oh, this guy died. Any extra mats? That's some metal. Guy padded right above me, but actually I think the pad's not actually the play for myself. I gotta play this dead side rotate and get a free rotate. Hey, look at this. Look how free this is. I don't even need to build below me there. Oh, for holds now once I get in zone. Got a zone here. I need an impact if I want to win this game, so that's what I'm sort of looking for. Oh, dang. The guy took a 50-50 against a minigun. GG's. Maybe that wasn't the smartest play for me, but I just didn't expect him to beam me like that. He had a golden scar. Did he have skies? Oh, he didn't. Controller player. Can you go pro on mobile? Yes, there's tons of pros have gone pro on mobile. I thought I had him too, Omelet. The guy was healthy though. Usually people aren't full 200 HP too. Have you made a creator map? I've tried, meme. I have, but I did it on the wrong account, so I couldn't publish it. How do you disengage if they rush? Just try to make like a very thick base. What I land, it's a secret. It's a secret. 1v1 situation here. Is Blue Pandas on the low ground? Drum gun in hand. Does also have two floppers to complement it. Going for a reload on his scar. Maybe breaking down this high ground player. Might be the play. Drum gun out. Going for the push. Decided to just continue rotating 500 mats. And we get kicked out. Do you recommend halving your sense when warming up? I've heard does Kovacs. Halving your sense I don't think is a play. But Kovacs, you can have a different sense of Kovacs. That's what some aim trainers do. Alrighty, boys. We have 6 more minutes to do something, boys. Do you guys just want to queue up in Zone Wars together for these last 6 minutes? What do you guys want to do? You got 3rd? It's not bad at all, man. You did better than me. I got 5th. You should box up, Ferdy. If you chose a bush camp, it shows that you're sort of like scared. I think I might just answer some of you guys' questions, boys. If you guys do want to ask any questions, boys, feel free, man. This is the time. I'm going to be trying to read chat. My YouTube is RichHomieQuinn. It's also linked down below if you guys do want to go show some love, drop a sub. I'd appreciate it, man. I'll drop in a lot of content there. Can you gift skins? I'm not gifting any skins to anyone. My YouTube is RichHomieQuinn. Send toe pics. Cannot do that. Why only 6 more minutes? I stream from 12 to 1:30 p.m. PST on ProGuides. Have I played at 30 FPS? I played Minecraft at 30 FPS. I played on really low FPS for Fortnite too. I saved up my money and bought a new setup though. How do we half crouch like mongrel? I don't know what you mean exactly. How do you know when you have a free rotation endgame? Alright, there is a video on my YouTube channel called Deadside. I also did a ProGuides video on it. Playing Deadside is usually a free rotation. So if you do want to check that out, feel free. It's a Kaiser. Mini gun or drum gun? If you're a controller player, I think drum gun, and I think I think drum gun's better just because it's faster. It's more intimidating, in my opinion. Does Tellus focus? Tell us what. How do I warm up? So on tournament days, I do Kovaxing for 40 minutes. I then go into PGs, creatives, for like 30 minutes, and then I box fight for 30 minutes, and then after that, I do realistics. That order is really important too. How do we join these customs? I'm going to be hosting no more customs today, but I will probably be streaming on Monday at 12 p.m. PST. Heavy or rocket? It depends on how many rockets you have. I usually like the rocket launcher, though. What makes a drop spot good? A good drop spot has good wood, brick, metal, and around 7 chests of loot. I do not know how to mongrel crouch spam. I don't know what you mean exactly. You're taking a vacation today? Not today. I'll be streaming today, Matt. Wrist aim versus arm aim. I'm an arm aimer. I try not to have any wrist issues. Am I a pro player? I am a pro player. I have over $20,000 in earnings. I am signed to an org extra as a pro player. Is Rental Rainbows a good drop spot for tournaments? It's been really populated because Phase Sway lands their carrots, so I don't think it's a good drop spot anymore. It was one. Am I single? Yes, I am. Pumper tack. I like the gray, green, blue tack. And then purple and golden pump. What's your win count? Like 3,000, Fear. What is my net worth? Like 2 trillion. What's my drop spot? It's a secret. Are you good? I'm decent at the game, Cole. I am a pro player, yes. Tips for tournaments? Play placement. A lot of people like to WK. They all want to be Clicks. They all want to be Benji. But at the end of the day, you know, you got to get your mechanics and your ping is probably not up to their level. So just playing to your playstyle is the best thing. Am I in the clan? I am. Extra Gaming. Who knows Extra in the chat, boys? Let me know if you guys know Extra. What other games do I play? I only play Fortnite. When am I streaming today? I'm probably streaming around like 3. We'll see. I'm going to go eat some food. How old am I? I'm 19 years old. Beebs. How to get good at solos, man? Being good mechanically is really important for solos. Alright, boys. I'm going to be wrapping it up here. Is Pleasant Park a good spot? It's decent. Can you say... Nope. Are you doing cash cups? Yeah, I'm going to be playing the solo cash cup on my stream today. Is Weather Station a good drop? Yeah, it's a good drop. Much love, Daniel. All right, boys. I'm going to be heading out here, man. I really appreciate all you guys coming in, saying what's up. Hopefully I see you guys in future ProGuides streams. Shout out to ProGuides for having me. I also, if you guys do want to see me, my YouTube, Twitch, links down and below. Man, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for all being here, man. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to drop a like. I will see you guys on Monday. If you guys do have any recommendations on what you guys want to see next on ProGuides, feel free to send me a DM on Twitter. Also, before we dip out of here, what do you guys want to see for the next episode? Is there anything in particular for the next episode? Just let me know in the chat. But yeah, I'm going to be wrapping it on up. Buy Zoom, Xbox tips, mid-game fights, build fights. We'll see. We'll see. Vaudeville Janice, that is a good one, Matt. All right. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for being here, man. Appreciate you guys. Peace out, guys.